this is all about to change. Okay, well maybe not like right now, but there are some noticeable shifts in the atmosphere that will impact the upcoming severe weather season, the development of more hurricanes, drought conditions, pretty much all the things that you worry about in the spring and in the summer. And the crazy thing is, it all starts a good 1,500 miles south of Hawaii in the tropical Pacific. Throughout the year, meteorologists are taking readings to track and to predict changes in ocean temperatures. They do this because the ocean and the sky, they're connected. They're good friends, and they like to work together. But the sky, it's a bit slower. It's a pretty complicated relationship, but meteorologists have found that there are certain patterns to look for in the ocean that can help predict what the weather will be like on land. One such pattern that has grown in reputation is the El Niño Southern Oscillation. So why am I bringing this up now? Well, from 2020 to 2023, we were in the cooler side of this coin called La Niña. But then last spring, we saw a massive warm up in the water in the Pacific, which led to an El Niño. Throughout the rest of the year, it is part of the reason why we've seen above average temperatures across the northern part of the United States this winter and increased rainfall for the Southwest. But after just 10 months, the water is cooling back down. And the big supercomputers that help us forecast climate and weather, well, they're hinting not only at the demise of El Niño, but for La Niña to be in full effect by midsummer. And I know what you're thinking. Steven, why does this matter for me when I live thousands of miles away? And you raise a great point. So let me break this down, how this shift will impact the hurricane season and your local severe weather. First off, we need to remember that the sky and the ocean, they're connected. They can influence one another, and this effect takes place across the globe. When it comes to hurricanes, two key ingredients come in the form of water temperature and winds. Hurricanes love warm water, but they hate strong winds, especially high up in the atmosphere. In the Atlantic Ocean during La Niña events, we typically see above average sea surface temperatures and, you guessed it, weaker winds. Because of this, we are likely in for an above average hurricane season in the Atlantic. For other types of weather across North America, the big driver is called the jet stream, and it pushes the weather across the US in a general west to east fashion. If the jet stream behaves differently though, like during a La Niña, then it can cause droughts and severe weather in places or intensities that are not normal. Let's take a look at some maps. During the springtime, severe weather obviously ramps up across the US, but during La Niña year, even more so for the southern Great Plains and the East Coast. Both tornado and hailstorm frequencies ramp up during a La Niña and the exact opposite during an El Niño spring. Since La Niña likely won't kick in until late summer, most of the spring will reside in the neutral phase, so expect an average severe weather season, but a little bit more active than what we saw last spring. All in all, it is important to remember that individual weather events shouldn't be blamed on La Niña, but it does shed some light on what a season or year might look like. This phenomena is far from new, but it's always beneficial to get a better understanding of the world and atmosphere around you, especially when life moves as fast as it does.